My name is Liam, and my speech is all about identity. All right. My name is Liam Grayson Heverly. And let me ask you this, everyone in this room. Have you ever heard the name Heverly before? Anyone? I went to Circus for 11 years, so if you know it, I mean, you might do that. But if you haven't, that makes sense. Because the Heverly name it's kind of unique. And I've never met a single Heverly outside of my family. And there's a reason for this. And that's because the Heverly name is made up. It's completely fake. My great-grandfather changed it from his original name, and his name before is unknown. And as he chose to do this, he gave up his entire ethnic identity. And this notion sadly holds true for some of my other relatives. My Sullivan ancestors dropped the O and changed their name to just Sullivan. And more extremely, my great-grandmother was born in Ireland named Bridget Walsh. And she was brought over to the U.S. as an indentured servant. And after paying her debt, she chose to reinvent herself. And she chose to hide her past histories and basically wanted no one to know that, for all intents and purposes, she had been a slave. So she decided to become a different person. She decided to change her name to Delia Welsh. And I can remember how my grandfather told me about her. And he told me about the cold Philadelphia winter nights that she would tell him about her life. She would tell him about the steamship that brought her to America, the days she spent working as a house servant and a nanny, the day she bought her freedom, the day she changed her name, the day she built her new life and destiny. She used to say to him that, "This is America, Grayson. We can be whatever we want to be. But the truth is that we are who we are. And as my grandmother would say, we must be true and proud of ourselves." My grandmother also came from an immigrant background, with her family migrating from Spain to Canada and finally settling in New Hampshire. They stayed true to who they were and often spoke their native language in their household. My family stories not only remind me of my family's struggles, but of the struggles of millions of immigrants that have faced adversity and hate because of their identities. The interpretation of our respective identities is the very foundation for the ways we of the human race choose to interact with one another. We all share numerous classifications, types, and subtypes of identity, including gender, socioeconomic, orientation, religion, cultural, racial, ethnic, the list goes on. We are all made up of an eclectic mix of identities that combine to play the leading role in how every human being interacts with one another. And when we do not welcome and affirm these identities, that socio-political issues begin to emerge. I feel that with a greater grasp of our own identities and the identities of others, we can make the world a better place. I myself possess many levels of identity. I'm mainly Irish, Italian, and Spanish, but there are many other origins and heritages I have that I can't really remember without checking my 23andMe account. Because I've been fortunate enough to have been raised in a supportive and historically thinking environment, I know who I am, what I am. My name is Liam Grayson Heverly. I'm proud of my identity. I'm proud of who I am. And everyone in this room, in this state, in this country, and in this world should be too. Thank you.